Welcome students. Today you will come to know about the practical exam questions asked in the previous YCB and QC practical exams. All questions are most important because these questions are asked many times in practical exams. So let's continue. Question first. According to Gheran Sahita, how many types of dhoti kriyas are there? So here right answer is 4 types. Ant dhoti, dant dhoti, harit dhoti and mool shodhan. Next. Dhoti kriya removes which type of disorders in human body? Dhoti Kriya removes excess phlegm, acidity, bile, and mucus. This Kriya also helps in removing cough, asthma, and bronchitis. Important question asked many times. Next, what is the width of cloth used during the practice of Vastra Dhoti Kriya? So here it 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches. Next, name the 6 types of Kriyas. So here 6 types of Kriyas are Dhoti, Basti, Neti, Tratak, Noli, and Kapalbhati. This sequence is according to Hatyog Pardipika. And according to Gheran Sahita, what will be the sequence? Dhoti, Basti, Neti, after that Noli, then Tratak, and then Kapalbhati. Next, name the types of Ant Dhoti. So here 4 types: Vatsar, Venisar, Varisar, and Vaiskrit. Next, name the types of Dant Dhoti: Dantmul, Karandhar, Jivamul, and Kapalrandhar. Next, name the types of Harit Dhoti: Dant Dhoti, Vaman Dhoti, and Vastar Dhoti. Next, name the types of Kapalbhati Kriya: Vatkram, Vyutkram, and Shitkram. Next, name the types of Basti Kriya: Jalbasti and Sthalbasti. Next, how many asanas are described in the text Hatyog Pardipika? So here 15 asanas. Examiner will ask you any 10 or 5 asanas from Hatyog Pardipika or 10 or 5 or 8 asanas from Gheran Sahita. Next, according to Swami Svatmaram, the practice of asana provides us health, stability, and lightness. This question is also important for theory exam, most important question. Next, how many asanas are described in the Gheran Sahita? 32 asanas. Next, explain the difference between yoga practice and physical exercise. This is most important question asked in all the levels of YCB exam, level 1, 2 or 3. The main difference between yoga practice and physical exercise are: first, yoga practices reduce muscle tension while exercise increase muscle tensions. Next difference, during the practice of yoga, oxygen consumption is reduced, while in physical exercise, the oxygen consumption is increased. Next, in yoga practice, the metabolic rate is reduced, whereas in exercise, metabolic rate is increased. Functioning of all the cells and body organs increase during the exercise. Next, regular practice of yoga stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, whereas exercise stimulates sympathetic nervous system. Next, yoga practices conserve energy, whereas exercise consumes energy. Next, regular practice of yoga needs less food, but regular exercise needs more food. Next, in yoga practices, respiration rate falls, but in exercise, the respiration rate increases. Next, yoga helps in balancing the secretions of endocrine system and develops the stamina of the body, whereas exercise develops only stamina of the body. So, yoga balances the secretion of hormones. If there is any imbalance in the secretion of hormones through endocrine system, so yoga balances that. Next, practice of yoga purify our body, mind and soul, but same effects are not seen in exercise. Next, the body temperature falls down in yoga practice while the body temperature increases in exercise. Next, in yoga practices, the oxygen is received by all the organs of body, whereas in physical exercise, the muscle receives more oxygen. Next, yoga practices increase the flexibility of muscles, whereas exercise makes the muscle rigid. Next, yoga practices increase the awareness, alertness, and conscious level, but the same effects are not seen or produced by the exercise. Next, yoga practices includes the physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual development, but the same effects are not possible in exercise. Next, in yoga practices, the fatigue is reduced, whereas in exercise, the fatigue is increased. How many types of pranayam are described in text Gheran Sahita and Hatyog Pardipika? So here 8 pranayams. Next, name the 8 pranayams as described in Gheran Sahita. 8 pranayam are Suryabhedi, Ujjayi, Sitli, Sahit, Bhastrika, Brahmari, Mucha and Kevali. Next, name the 8 pranayam as described in Hatyog Pardipika. So here Suryabhedi, Bhastrika, Ujjayi, Brahmari, Sitli, Mucha, Sitkari and Plavini. Next, What do you mean by Purak, Rechak and Kumbhak? Very easy question, but asked many times in exams. Purak means inhalation, Rechak means exhalation, and Kumbhak means retention. Next, name the mudras and bandhs as described in Hatchokar Deepika. Check. Mool bandh, Udyan bandh, Jalandhar bandh, Mahabandh, Mahamudra, Khechri mudra, Mahabhed mudra, Vajroli mudra, Viprit Karni mudra, and Shakti Chalini mudra. Next, how many types of Noli Kriya are described in Ghiran Sahita? 4 types: Madhyam Noli, Vam Noli, Dakshin Noli, and Brahman Noli. Next, what are the benefits of Noli Kriya? Very important question. It helps in removing hernia, diabetes, constipation, and sexual disease. Noli Kriya improves the working of digestive system, liver, glands. It also helps in awakening of Manipur chakra. Next, name the 4 chapters of text Hatchok Pradipika. So you have to tell here the correct sequence: Asan, second Pranayam, Mudra, and Nadanusandhan. Next, name the 7 chapters of text Khend Sahita: Shatkaram, Asan, Mudra Bandh, Pratyahar, Pranayam, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Next, Varisar Antadhoti Kriya is also known by which another name? Sank Prasalan Kriya. Next, which 5 asanas are performed during the Sank Prasalan Kriya? So your right answer is Tadasan, Triyak Tadasan, Kati Chakrasan, Triyak Bhujangasan, and Udar Krishnasan. You have to tell in sequence. Important question. Also for theory exam, this question is most important. Next, how many types of Vaman Dhoti Kriya are there? 2 types, Kunjal and Vyagra Kriya. Next, what is the benefit of Kunjal Kriya? It cleans digestive tract and removes the bile and acidity. Important question. Next, what is the benefit of Vyagra Kriya? It helps in removing the undigested food from the body. It cures indigestion and dyspepsia. Next, according to Ghiran Sahita, what should be the width and length of cloth to be used during Vastra Dhoti Kriya? Width 8 to 10 centimeter and length 6 meters. Next, which 2 asanas are used during the practice of Jalbasti and Sthalbasti Kriyas? Jalbasti, Utkatasana, and for Sthalbasti, Paschimottanasana. Important also for theory exam. Next, Jalbasti Kriya should be practiced daily, true or false? So here, right answer is false. Next, Sutar Neti should be practiced daily, true or false? So here, right answer is false. Next, Noli Kriya is also known by which another name? Here, right answer is Lauliki Kriya. Next, by whom Noli Kriya should not be practiced by? So people who are suffering from hernia, peptic ulcer, hypertension, heart disease, and abdominal pain should not practice Noli Kriya. This type of questions are asked many times. How many types of pranayams are described in Patanjali Yoga Sutra? 4 types. What are the 4 types? First is Bahya Pranayam, second Abhyantar Vritti Pranayam, third Stambh Vritti Pranayam, and fourth Bahya Vishakshepi Pranayam. Next, how many types of Tratak Kriya are there? 3 types: Antratak, Bahit Tratak, and Adhotratak. Next, what are the benefits of Tratak Kriya? Very important question. The regular practice of Tratak Kriya increases our memory, eyesight, confidence, and thinking power. It removes insomnia, fear, eye disorders, and anxiety. It also helps in achieving less samadhi and samvisiddhi. Next, how many types of bandhs are described in Ghiran Sahita? 4 types: Mool bandh, Jalandhar bandh, Udyan bandh, and Mahabandh. Next, what are the benefits of Udyan bandh? The regular practice of Udyan bandh stimulates the digestive fire and improves the functioning of liver, lungs, pancreas, adrenal glands, stomach, intestines, and heart. It removes dullness and stress. Next, what is the definition of yoga according to Bhagavad Gita? So here, 2 definitions: Yoga Karmashu Kausalam and Samtam Yoga Uchyate. Next, what is the definition of yoga according to Maharishi Patanjali? Yoga Chit Vritti Nirodha. Here, Chit Vritti means mental modifications and Nirodha means to control. Next, name the first mantra of Surya Namaskar, Om Mitraya Namah. Next, how many steps are there in Surya Namaskar? 12 steps. How many asanas are there in Surya Namaskar? So here, right answer will be 7. Next, what are the benefits of Mayurasana? Important question. Mayurasana removes diabetes, constipation, stress, infertility, dyspepsia, and toxins from the body. It improves digestion and destroys unwholesome food. It strengthens muscles. Mayurasana also removes disorder caused by excess of bile, phlegm, and wind, 3 dosas. Next, what do you mean by homeostasis? This question is also important for theory exam. Homeostasis is the ability or tendency of an organism to maintain a state of equilibrium or stability within its internal environment. It is the ability to resist changes in order to maintain a constant internal environment. Examples: to maintain stable level of body temperature, fluid balance, blood pH, calcium, iron level, blood glucose in the body or cells. Next, define asana according to Maharishi Patanjali. Sathir Sukam Asan. Next, how many Vedangas are there? 6. Next, name the 4 Vedas: Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samved, and Atharvaved. Next, total number of main Upanishad are 108. How many Puranas are there? 18. Next, name the 6 major paths of yoga: Hatha Yoga, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karam Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Mantra Yoga. Next, name the 6 darshans and their founder. Important question. Nyaya Darshan, Gautam Rishi, Visheshik Darshan, Kanad Rishi, Sankhya Darshan, Kapil Rishi, Purva Mimamsa, Jaimini, Uttar Mimamsa, Vedvyas, Yoga, Patanjali. So this question is also important for theory exam. Next, name the 5 yams: Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, and Aprigrah. Next, name the 5 niyams: Soch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyay, and Ishwar Pranidhan. Next, according to Maharishi Patanjali, how many types of samadhis are there? 3 types: Sabit Samadhi, Nirbit Samadhi, and Tharamaic Samadhi. Next, which guna is related to desire and ambitions? Rajas guna. Next, which guna is related to dullness and lethargy? Tamas guna. Next, which guna is related to purity and prayer? Sattva guna. Next, what are the benefits of Surya Vedi Pranayam? Very important question. It removes the Vata dosas, dullness, and lethargy. It creates warmth in the body. The regular practice of Surya Vedi Pranayams helps in removing stomach worms and low blood pressure. It is also beneficial for introverted people who face difficulty in expressing their views and are depressed. Next, name the 4 Saibhavas according to Maharishi Patanjali. This question is also important for theory exam. Most important question. The 4 Saibhavas are Dukh, Dormanshya, Anj Mein Jetva, Swas Praswas. Next, name the 3 components of Sayam, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Next, name the 3 components of Kriya Yoga: Tap, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhan. Next, what are the benefits of Ujjayi Pranayam? Important question. This pranayam removes the disorders of 7 dhatus and nervous system. It provides calmness and relaxation to mind and helps in curing insomnia and high blood pressure. The regular practice of Ujjayi Pranayam helps in removing cough, dosas, ulcers, mucus, and intestinal disorders. It also provides warmth to the body. Next, what are the benefits of Bhastrika Pranayam? It removes the disorders related to 3 dosas: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. It also removes skin disease, asthma, low blood pressure, depression, and throat infections. It increases the metabolic rate and creates warmth in the body. This pranayam also removes toxins from the body. Next, what are the 3 major principles of yoga? Very important question. Proper exercise, proper relaxation, and proper diet. Next, is Kapalbhati a Kriya or Pranayam? Very easy question, but asked in exam many times. Kapalbhati is a Kriya. Which asana is very useful to cure diabetes? Ardha Matsyendrasana. Next, Sarvangasana mainly affects which gland? Thyroid gland. Next, what is the basic difference between Kapalbhati and Bhastrika? Kapalbhati is a Kriya, whereas Bhastrika is a Pranayam. In Kapalbhati, only exhalation stroke is active and inhalation stroke is passive. But in Bhastrika, both inhalation and exhalation strokes are forceful and active. Important question. Next, what are the benefits of Neti Kriya? Neti Kriya helps in removing allergies, sinusitis, eye disorders, throat and nose disorders, stress, anxiety, insomnia, epilepsy, and mental agitation. It cleans our nasal passage by removing sticky phlegm and dust particles. These types of questions are asked many times in exams. Lightness of body is related to which limb of Hatha Yoga? So here our answer is pranayam. Next, why should we use lukewarm salt water during Jal Neti Kriya? Lukewarm salt water is used during Jal Neti Kriya because it matches to the tonicity of cells and blood. Also, salt water is not easily absorbed by the blood vessels and it does not cause itching. Next, by whom Surya Vedi Pranayam should not be performed by? People suffering from peptic ulcer, epilepsy, heart problems, and high blood pressure should not perform this pranayam. Also, it should not be performed for a long time in a day. Next, what are the benefits of Sitali Pranayam? Benefits of Sitali Pranayam: it provides control over hunger and thirst. It lessens our mental and emotional aggravations, fatigue, high blood pressure, and acidity. This pranayam also helps in regulating body temperature and libido. Next, lightness of body is related to which limb of Hatha Yoga? So here answer is pranayam. Stillness is related to which limb of Hatha Yoga? Mudras. What do you mean by mitahar? Mitahar includes moderate and easily digestible balanced diet. One should use half the stomach for food and other half for water and air. Next, what is tamasic food? Tamasic food is the food which causes lethargy, dullness, obesity, and disease in the body. It includes alcohol, eggs, fish, meat, ghee, fried and junk foods. Next, What are the 12 mantras of Surya Namaskar? Very important question. First is Om Mitraय Name, Om Ravye Name, Om Suryay Name, Om Bhanve Name, Om Khagay Name, Om Pushnay Name, Om Irnyagarbhay Name, Om Marichay Name, Om Adityay Name, Om Savitray Name, Om Arkay Name, and Om Bhaskray Name. Next, tell any 4 mantras. In exams, examiner asks you only 1 or 2 mantras. So you can learn any 2 mantras from this. First is Gayatri Mantra, second is Mahamrityunjay Mantra, third is Pavan Mantra, fourth is Guru Mantra. Next, how will you perform Tadagi Mudra? First of all, sit in comfortable position with both the legs stretched in front. Touch the toes with hands, keeping the spine straight. Inhale deeply, retain the breath for some time and exhale slowly. Next, which mudra is known as nose mudra? Pashini mudra. Next, Surya Namaskar is mentioned in which ancient text? In Shaur Granths. Next, what are different types of Suksham Vyams? Important question. So here first is Griva Sanchalan, neck movements, Skand Sanchalan, shoulder movements, knee movements, waist movements, elbow movements, then ankle movements, wrist movements. Next, what are the benefits of Suksham Vyam? The main benefits of Suksham Vyam are it activates the organs and energy centers, it improves the blood circulation, it removes dullness and anxiety, it helps in warming up the body, it improves working of ligaments and joints, it improves coordination between mind and body, it increases the flexibility of muscles. Next, what are the 4 ways of mantra jap? Upanshu jap, Mansik jap, Vikari jap, and Likhit jap. Next, how many movements our spine experiences during the practice of yogasanas? So total movements are of 5 types: extension, flexion, axial extension, axial rotation, and lateral flexion. Next, what is lymphatic system in our body? Lymphatic system consists of lymphatic vessels, spleen, tonsils, adenoids, thymus, bone marrow, and lymph nodes. It plays a key role in fluid balance, immune system, and absorption of fats. It helps in removing intestinal fluid from tissues. It transports the white blood cell to and from the lymph nodes into the bones. Next, what are the 3 main functions of blood? Important question: transportation, protection, and regulation. Next, what is the main difference between exocrine and endocrine glands? Exocrine glands secrete their products in ducts, while endocrine glands do not have ducts and they secrete their products or hormones directly into the blood. Next, name the main parts of human nervous system. This question is equally important for theory exam. There are 2 main parts of our nervous system: central nervous system, which includes brain and spinal cord; second, peripheral nervous system, which includes somatic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, and enteric nervous system. Name the 2 parts of autonomic nervous system: sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Various types of yoga teaching methods. Very important topic, so let's continue. Generally, the teaching methods are of 2 types: teacher-centered and pupil-centered. Pupil-centered teaching methods are more fruitful. The major types of yoga teaching methods are: first is lecture method. This is the oldest teaching method applied in teaching learning process. It includes oral presentation given by an instructor to the group of students. Instructor can use visual aids such as Word documents, slideshows, images, charts, or film to make teaching learning process more effective. Usually a teacher uses audio-visual aids in lecture method. This is mainly a teacher-centered and information-centered approach. In this teaching method, a large amount of new topics can be taught to many students in a single class period. This is the main advantage of this lecture method. This method has some drawbacks also. This method of teaching do not follow principle of individual differences and creativity. So the main demerit of lecture method is that it does not follow the principle of learning by doing. It does not include the creativity, and students remains passive in the classroom and only teacher is active, and this approach is mainly information centered approach. It is not a pupil centered approach, it is only a teacher centered approach. Next teaching method is response instruction method. This is a information centered approach in which a teacher gives instruction along with demonstration. Instruction can also be given before or after the demonstration. Next is individualized instruction method. This method of teaching follows the principle of individual differences. It is problem solving approach. In this method, a teacher chooses the contents, instructional technology, and pace of teaching according to the interest and abilities of the learner. Next is demonstration method. This is a traditional method of teaching used mainly in training of practical topics and skills. Demonstration method include 6 steps. 6 steps are planning or preparation, introduction, presentation, demonstration, use of teaching aids, and evolution. This method provides a deeper understanding of topic to the students, which leads to the permanent learning. So this was the demonstration method. Next is project method. This method develops responsibility and independence in students. Project method is based on the principle of learning by doing. It enables the learning to practically implement the knowledge gained by him. This method helps in achieving cognitive, socialization, and psychomotor objectives. Project method also includes the principle of freedom, activity, purposiveness, utility, and relativity. So the project method includes the creativity, and this is the main merit of this method.